The Washington Redskins travel to Indianapolis to face the Colts on Sunday. Indianapolis, a 10-point favorite on BETDAQ, 51 the total here. Now the Colts have obviously been much better than the Redskins this season. Indianapolis currently sitting at 7-4. They have a 2-game lead in the AFC South. Washington, meanwhile, 3-8, tied for last in the NFC East. And there's been a lot of dysfunction surrounding the Redskins here over these past couple of weeks. Head coach Jay Gruden publicly criticizing Robert Griffin III in the media. And a couple of days ago, Gruden pulled the plug, announcing he was benching Robert Griffin in favor of Colt McCoy. Now look, McCoy has been better than Griffin on the field this season, but it's still a very surprising move from a franchise that seemed firmly committed to Griffin just a couple of months ago. Now RG3's future in Washington up in the air. From a bettor's perspective though, for the short term, I like the move. No doubt the Redskins have been better with McCoy under center. He's the one that engineered that upset over Dallas a few weeks ago that stands out as really the high point of Washington's season thus far. And look, he's facing a vulnerable Indianapolis defense here. The Colts, bottom half of the league in total yards allowed and pass yards allowed. So McCoy will have an opportunity for success in this game. You look at the other side of the ball, though, has to be a concern for the Redskins. The Colts lead the NFL in both total yards per game and pass yards per game. However, the offense hasn't been quite as good in recent weeks. They did lose Ahmad Bradshaw, a key contributor. Bradshaw's been their best running back this year. Lost him a couple of weeks ago. They struggled last week against a terrible Jacksonville defense. They produced just 6 points in the first half. And the Redskins, top 10 in total yards allowed, pass yards allowed, rush yards allowed. They held San Francisco to just 17 points last week. Nearly upset the Niners in San Francisco. You probably see where I'm going here. I think 10 points might just be too many. Now, could the Colts cover this number? No doubt about it. They certainly have an offense capable of doing that. Very explosive on offense. But like we said, the Redskins, they're pretty good on defense as well. Not sure a whole lot of people realize just how good this Washington defense is. Very balanced, like we mentioned, top 10 in both rushing defense and passing defense. They should present a challenge for the Colts. And on the other side of the ball, if Colt McCoy can take care of it, not turn it over, I think the Washington offense is going to score enough to keep them in the game well into the second half. I do lean towards Washington plus 10 here. I'd also look at under 51.